Today we are attempting to hike 3,491 foot Mount Greylock, the Massachusetts State Highpoint, located in the Taconic range of that state. We will be taking the Cheshire Harbor Trail to the Appalachian Trail. Then we will be taking that to the summit of Greylock. This will be my 4th state high point and number 3 for my dad, who is with me today. The Cheshire Harbor Trail, I think it's like about 2.5 miles to the top with about 2,000 feet of gain. Mostly follow old roads, so shouldn't be too bad. Say we get up there in about 2 hours. We got all day, plus I can sleep in tomorrow, so let's enjoy it. Yep, so far the trail is starting out on an old road. Like I said before, I think it mostly follows old roads to the Taconic Ridgecrest. Thought I mentioned a common misconception about Greylock. Popular belief dictates that it's in the Berkshires when geologically and technically it's in the Taconics, which lie in the states of Massachusetts, New York, and Vermont, and maybe Connecticut too, I'm not sure. Alright, we've reached the first of a set of switchbacks that ascend the lower slopes of Greylock. If it follows this road out them, it should be pretty easy. But still got a fair amount of gain to go once we bypass the last switchback. But like I said, there's only about 1,900, 2,000 feet of gain this whole climb, so it shouldn't be that bad. Slowly making our way up. And the switchbacks are making this a lot easier, particularly for the knees. Anyway, up we go. Alright, we've reached a junction with Old Adams Road. Cheshire Harbor Trail to the summit is 2.5 miles. And I believe we've already walked a mile, so not too bad. Anyway, onward we continue. Cheshire Harbor Trail still has a very good grade, but it's a lot more difficult than it should be because of the copious amounts of cobwebs. And it's one of the things I don't really like about hiking early mornings that much. Because if you're the first person on the trail, you gotta take them all here. And by a little blowdown, I mean a big blowdown. Fortunately, it either fell alongside the trail or trail maintenance just pushed it aside. Either way, no biggie. To the summit we go. Alright, I think this is the one major, quote unquote major, water crossing that was mentioned on peatbagger.com in a previous report. In high water, this would be a sight, but now it's essentially a trickle. At least it's bridged. I hate to have to cross this thing during high water with that one. Anyway, we should be nearing the Ridgecrest. Knock on wood. But if I see something interesting, I'll show it to you. The trail corridor has narrowed significantly. So much that I can't tell whether it's an older, more grown in part of the road or like a standard cut path. Either way, it's more of a trail-like feel, if you know what I mean. But walking on old woods roads for the past hour and a quarter. And we've come to a junction. Okay, it's not a junction, it's just a sign pointing to the Cheshire Harbor Trail. This means you should be getting close to something, or else why would there be a sign here? Oh yeah. Anyway, we're at the end of the Cheshire Harbor Trail. And man, the signs are confusing. They give so many different mileages. Appalachian Trail South. Over here we have the Rockwell Road, which is the road that ascends Mount Greylock from the west side of the mountain. Appalachian Trail North. 3/4 of a mile to the top. Let's do it to it. Hiking along the AT. And this is the kind of trail walking that I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Mountain pine woods. Fairly thin, rough quarter. And the bog bridges. Awesome. Got about 400 feet of gain to the summit. Can we make it to the top of Greylock? Can we summit yet another state high point? Let's find out. Now we're at the junction with the Hopper Trail to Sperry Road Campground. 1.25 mile away. We're gonna stay on the AT because we want to get to the top of this thing. Yeah, we do. I was not expecting this. Didn't really see it on the topo map, but it is a mountain pond, not very far below the summit of Greylock. Like I keep saying, gotta love the power of nature. Looks like some sort of shelter or fish house. We'll know once you get to it if you're gonna. Alright, this is what the inside of the cabin looks like. I don't know. Some sort of watch house. Over there, the log bridges we crossed. That'll be some sort of overnight shelter, but it's not even close. Fortunately, we're not too far from the summit of Greylock, so if something interesting comes up, I'll show you. Otherwise, I'll meet you over there. With the Rockwell Road. Apparently, this road is more loopy and complicated than I thought. AT North, right over here. Figured something interesting, so I'll show you. We've done it. Welcome to the summit of 3,491 foot Mount Greylock, the highest point in Massachusetts. And along the Appalachian Trail in Massachusetts, which is kind of obvious. What we're looking at now is the Massachusetts Memorial Tower that stands on the summit. Unfortunately, you can't go in because the tower is apparently in unsafe condition. So we'll just take a walk around. Again, we took the Cheshire Harbor Trail from West Mountain Road to the Appalachian Trail near Rockwell Road. And then we took the Appalachian Trail about 3/4 of a mile to the top. I don't know what the exact mileage was. The signs were very confusing. Some said like 2.5 miles, some said 3 miles, some said 4 miles. I'll find out for sure once I get home. Over there we got our view out toward the Berkshires. And the little mountain towns that surround the Greylock area. Just awesome. State Highpoint number 4 is in the bag for me, number 3 for my dad. This is apparently on the list of the 50 most prominent mountains in New England too. I don't know my progress on that. It's got to be around 20. Man, for being built in the 30s, this is a work of architecture, that's for sure. Alright. I'm gonna walk around here some more and they'll catch you at another point on the summit, probably near Bascom Lodge. Alright, this is the outside of the Bascom Lodge, the lodge on Mount Greylock, famous for, well, quite frankly, the way it was built with stone and mortar and all that. Supposedly this stone, correct me if I'm wrong, came from basically the mountain or areas around the mountain. So, gonna head inside the lodge, check that out, probably eat lunch there. Then I'll meet you somewhere else in the mountain. Alright, despite it being a little afternoon, dark clouds are rolling in and we're hearing thunder, so we're gonna scurry down this mountain. And assuming nothing interesting happens, I'll meet you back at the trailhead off West Mountain Road. We're back at the trailhead off West Mountain Road in the town of Adams, Mass. Overall, this hike up Greylock, it was nice, but it was also an adventure. I mean, the Cheshire Harbor Trail, it was a nice woods walk, but there wasn't much in terms of views or scenery, but the Appalachian Trail from the Cheshire Harbor Trail to the summit was really nice. Mountain pine woods, there's even a little bog with a viewing shelter. Summit is pretty much like I thought it would be, the War Memorial Tower, the Bascom Lodge. But going down, we got caught in a pretty nasty rain and thunderstorm. We actually had to seek refuge in the shelter I just mentioned for about a half hour till it subsided enough that we could hike down without getting pelted on by rain. Overall, nice climb. Another state high point in the bag. Round trip distance was, I'd say, 6.7 miles with, I don't know, 2,000 feet of elevation gain. So from my dad and me at the Cheshire Harbor Trailhead, see you on my next adventure.